The bond that fractured when comfort turned to betrayal. It started with a DM, just a simple message, a flicker of connection in the vast digital void. But for him and her, it became something more. The texts grew longer, the laughs more frequent, the video calls stretching late into the night. They were two wounded souls, drawn together by the unspoken promise of solace. At first, it was beautiful. He listened when she poured out her pain, offering words like bandages for her deepest scars. When her world felt like it was collapsing, he was the steady voice reminding her she wasn't alone. And she became his refuge too, the one who made his burdens feel lighter just by hearing them. But then, something shifted. The bond that had been their sanctuary began to warp. The same eyes that once softened with empathy now flickered with something else: distrust, fear, a fracture in the foundation they'd built. One night, in the middle of his own storm, when sadness carved lines into his face and his heart weighed heavy, she looked at him and saw a demon. Not a man in pain. Not a friend who had once held her together when she was breaking. A demon. The irony was cruel. He had been her anchor when she drowned in her own sorrows. He had stayed up, patient and present, talking her through the nights she swore she couldn't survive. But when he needed that same compassion in return, she recoiled, as if his vulnerability was a threat, as if his sadness was something monstrous. Where was the reciprocity? Where was the loyalty? The promise of meeting in person, of turning this digital lifeline into something tangible, dissolved like mist. The trust they'd woven so carefully unraveled in an instant, and he was left with the bitter truth: some people only love you when you're strong enough to hold them up. The moment you need to lean, they vanish. Share if you've ever been the one who stayed only to be abandoned when you needed staying for.